Okay, so when we're talking about the behavior of groups, and you read the 10 billion articles written about culture, not all of them are bad. There are things about culture that are important. For example, screaming at your employees is probably a bad idea. Celebrating victories is probably a good idea. I don't know that we need a billion articles saying that same thing, but I'm talking about something completely new. Structure also matters. It's not just only culture, only structure. You really do need both. It's called project skill fit. Average project skill fit. Now, I want you to imagine you're inside a company and you have a project. Let's say your project is to design a coffee machine. And you work an 8-hour day. And now you work from 9 to 5, and now it's 4 o'clock, you've worked 7 hours, you have 1 more hour left. Now let's say you're a pretty good coffee machine designer. How are you going to spend that last hour? There are two forces acting on you. One is you can work on your coffee machine, try to improve it and make it better. Or two, you could go talk to your boss and lobby your boss about what a great person you are, what a great coffee machine designer you are, how awesome your thing is going. And by the way, the other person down the hall, not so good really, I don't think, and maybe having some problems, maybe some personal issues. Also, their design sort of sucks. You don't really want to say. But in other words, politics. You could spend your time on your project, or you could spend your time trying to get promoted through politics. Project or politics. So which do you choose? Now let's say you're a good coffee machine designer, as we just said. Well, you could work on your coffee machine and make it better, and so you have actually a lot at stake. If you make a really great coffee machine, probably people will notice, and that'll be pretty good for you, and you could maybe get promoted that way or get a bonus on your good coffee machine. Now let's say you're like me. You have very little aesthetic sense. You have very little craftsmanship skills. You are, all said and done, a really lousy coffee machine designer. But you're assigned to design a coffee machine. Now you worked on it 7 hours, it's 4 o'clock. Same question, what are you going to do spending that last hour? Well, if you work an extra hour on your coffee machine, you're just going to make the same damn lousy coffee machine. So there's really nothing in it for you. Your bonus, it's not going to help your bonus, not going to help your recognition in the industry or your recognition inside the company. So you might as well go wander down the hall and start lobbying and schmoozing your boss. So project skill fit is how good are you at that particular task. That will make a big difference. But it's a little counterintuitive. Suppose you had an astronomically great designer. Suppose you had the Frank Lloyd Wright of coffee machines. And he would design like a Hall of Fame, Museum of Modern Art coffee machine. Right? And he'd probably do that in about 4 hours. And then what? Well, then he'd be done. So now what's he going to do with the extra time in his day? He's done. That coffee machine is going in the Museum of Modern Art. It's not getting any better. Now what? Well, he might as well go up to his boss and talk about, hey, you know, there's this promotion coming up, and look at my design, and it's really good, and Museum of Modern Art, and blah, 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 blah. And by the way, that guy down the hall really sucks, and do you see that about his design? And that other guy and that other person, you know, really, in other words, politics. Average project skill fit is one of those parameters inside your company. And it changes how you think about managing your business, because often you're like, well, this person is doing terribly, let's just fire them. They're the bottom 10%. Really? Who says that? Their boss? Well, if the boss is like a shampoo person and they have him on a shampoo project, and this person is like an engineer technology genius, it's not the person that's flawed and bottom, it's the project skill fit that's off. So what you want is a string that's stretched, not too tight. You don't want Frank Lloyd Wright, and not too loose with the lousy coffee machine designers and coffee machines. You want it just taut. And you need somebody scanning for that intelligently so you're not firing the wrong people and demotivating the wrong people.